see in a second there. Statue of Liberty off to the right side. That's our light flashing in front of us. As a matter of fact, it looks like they're going to take a flight by the Statue of Liberty with the Venezuelan president. You see them going right by Lady Liberty.
It's not the future we wanted, but the future that happened. Once a great city, now a high-security prison, designed to keep society's criminals in. But now, everything rides on getting one person out. Kurt Russell stars as Snake Plissken in John Carpenter's science fiction action classic, Escape from New York.
You go in, find the president, bring him out in 24 hours, and you're a free man.
What if I'm a little late?
No more Snake Plissken.
When I get back, I'm gonna kill you.
With an all-star cast that includes Lee Van Cleef, Harry Dean Stanton, Isaac Hayes, Ernest Borgnine, Donald Pleasance, and Adrienne Barbeau. Escape from New York is one of the best escape and escapist movies, according to the New York Times, and a trip worth taking, according to Time magazine. And now, Escape from New York is available in a special director's edition from New Line Home Video. Featuring an exclusive interview with John Carpenter.
It's both our fears and what we would like to have happen. I think we'd all like to have a guy like Snake on our side. And perhaps we'd like to have a police state. But it's the thing we fear the most, too.
Including never-before-seen footage with the original theatrical trailer and the original feature digitally remastered. New Line Home Video is proud to release the director's special edition of Escape from New York, starring Kurt Russell in both widescreen and full-screen versions.
With this symbolic military salute, the former Superior General of the Jesuits, Adolfo Nicolas, handed the baton to the next leader of the Society of Jesus, the Venezuelan Arturo Sosa. In the meantime, in the General Curia in Rome, there were satisfied looks all around. A spokesperson made the announcement.
This morning, after 4 days of prayer and reflection, the Society of Jesus has elected Father Arturo Sosa from Venezuela as our new Superior General. He is 68 years old, and at the moment he is the delegate for the International Roman Houses of the Society of Jesus.
I now, in the presence of Almighty God and you, my ghostly Father, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, founded by St. Ignatius Loyola, do by the womb of the Virgin, and the matrix of God, and the rod of Jesus Christ, declare and swear that His Holiness the Pope is Christ Vice Regent, and is the true and only head of the Catholic or Universal Church throughout the earth. Therefore, to the utmost of my power, I shall and will defend this doctrine and His Holiness right and custom against all usurpers of the heretical or Protestant authority, and all adherents in regards that they be usurped and heretical, opposing the Sacred Mother Church of Rome. I do further promise and declare that notwithstanding I am dispensed with to assume any religion heretical for the propagating of the Mother Church's interest, I do further promise and declare that I will have no opinion or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatsoever, even as a corpse, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope and of of Jesus Christ. I furthermore promise and declare that I will wage relentless war, secretly or openly, against all heretics, Protestants, and liberals, to extirpate and exterminate them from the face of the whole earth, and that I will hang, burn, waste, boil, and flay, and strangle and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs of the wombs of their women, and crush their infant heads against the walls, in order to annihilate forever their execrable race.
One of the electors was Father Federico Lombardi, former spokesman for the Pope and a good friend of the new general. He said that Father Arturo Sosa is a reflection of the moment the Jesuits are living. He is experienced in the fields of faith and justice, but he is also a person who cares about the intellectual apostolate of the Society of Jesus, because he has been the rector of a university for 10 years. He knows the Jesuit ventures in Rome very well, like the Gregorian University, the Istituto Orientale, and the Biblicum. He is very experienced. Arturo Sosa is the 31st Superior General of the Jesuits and the first from outside Europe. He was Superior of the Jesuits in Venezuela until 2004 and the Rector of the Catholic University of Táchira on the border with Colombia. Those who know Father Arturo Sosa well say that he is a joyful man with social sensibilities and an excellent mediator. He is, however, above all, a man of faith, deep spirituality, and a priest.
This is the first meeting the new Superior General of the Jesuits had with the press. Father Arturo Sosa demonstrated patience and a sense of humor, even when asked if he likes to be called the Black Pope.
I think Mulemi is better suited for it. Regarding being called the Black Pope, I don't like it.
President Trump, who attended Fordham, a Jesuit university, came face-to-face today with the first Jesuit Pope. The rest is history.
This game is called Snake Eyes. One at a time, you will each roll these dice. The first player to roll Snake Eyes will automatically become one of the two finalists in the grand finale. The next four of you to roll Snake Eyes will move on to the final challenge tomorrow. But the final player who has not rolled Snake Eyes will be eliminated on the spot.
September 10th, a man named Tyler was arrested as the suspected shooter. The opening scene of the 1998 film Snake Eyes takes place on September 10th at a sports arena where a boxer named Tyler is fighting. Tyler's nickname is the Executioner. During the fight, a man named Charles Kirkland is shot in the neck.
My lucky number? What?
2025 is the year of the snake, and the public is being distracted and put under a spell.
Because Erica is that kind of crazy, and she is perfect for the role.
I've never done this before, and I'm deathly afraid of heights.
You are.
The idea is to be an organization, the Society of Jesus, that can help the church where and doing what the church needs, and who is going to determine what are the needing of the church, the Pope.
Awkwardly, deathly mortified, afraid of heights, but
it's okay, it's
we'll
fun.
see what happens.
It's a lot of fun.
They told me they only go 20 miles an hour.
We'll see though.
But that does not include looking down.
She's my kind of Sunday driving, rolling down the back roads, hanging at the window, riding with her hair in the wind, in her hands in the sky, like she's flying. She's my kind of hearted woman, saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman. Please come out. Thank you.
The Pope, because his function in the church is that.
The new general, a 68-year-old Venezuelan, says that the Society of Jesus wants to serve the church within their own vocation, which is to serve the church and to support what the bishops and Pope ask them to do.
What
do I like the most about the Society of Jesus? I can give a very simple answer: everything. What attracted me from an early age was the Jesuits are an apostolic force in many areas.
Oh, tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, side that vicious snake.
I'm not a fool, Pliskin.
Call me Snake.
I told you I wasn't a fool, Pliskin.
Call me Snake.
We heard of you too, Pliskin.
Call me Snake.
That's not funny, Pliskin.
Call me Snake.
We'd make one hell of a team, Snake.
The name's Pliskin.
And no more Snake Pliskin.
When I get back, I'm gonna kill you.
You gonna kill me now, Snake?
I'm too tired. Maybe later.
And remember, once you're inside, you're on your own.
Oh, you mean I can't count on you?
No.
Good.
You're Snake Pliskin, ain't you?
What do you want?
I thought you were dead.
Heard you were dead.
I heard you were dead.
Listen, Snake, I swear to God, I thought you were dead. Yeah, you and everybody else.
I know who you are, but I heard you were dead.
I am.
It was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
That's not funny, Pliskin.
Call me Snake.
You're tough.
I'm an asshole.
She wrapped him up, all cozy, in a comforter of silk, and she laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived.
The new superior of the Society of Jesus was a university president for 10 years and a director of a social studies center for 20. He, as a governmental man, served as provincial superior in Venezuela and is responsible for the international institutions that the Jesuits have in Rome. In addition, he is also a deeply devout Jesuit priest.
The Jesuits have this great wealth, a spirituality that puts you in contact with Jesus incarnated in concrete situations throughout the world.
During the meeting, he said he is fine and feels calm about his new role. He thanked his predecessor, Spanish Adolfo Nicolas, who will now return to the Philippines to work where his superior has allocated him as spiritual director of a pastoral center.
As the Trump administration appeared to warm to the idea of annexing Greenland, the Danish Prime Minister sharpened her rhetoric.
We saw the U.S. take control of Venezuela in just a few hours. What will Denmark do if the Americans do something similar?
Well, if the US chooses to attack another NATO country, then everything stops. I can't account for what the Americans do, but I can account for what we do from the Danish and European side. And of course, there is full support from the rest of Europe when it comes to the kingdom and the Danish realm, that the borders must, of course, be respected.
The diplomatic spat between the two NATO allies was reopened by this tweet of Greenland filled in with the US flag and the word soon.
What is that? The storm?
No, that's not a storm.
Outside! Grab onto something!
The night before our wedding, my dad took you aside. What did he say to you?
It said to build a better world together. To build a world led by kindness and compassion and understanding. One not just worth living in, but living for. And they made me promise something. I would take care of you. Last breath.
The image was posted by the wife of the White House Deputy Chief of Staff. But on Sunday, Donald Trump doubled down on the theme.
Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security, and Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you.
Semi-autonomous Greenland is on the shortest route for missiles between Russia and the United States, and Washington has a military base there. The Arctic territory is also rich in rare earth minerals. Denmark says it's already working with Washington to boost security in the Arctic. And Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen has also told Trump to back off.
Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But I hadn't brought you in by now. You know you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, the snake gave her a vicious bite.
Page 23, Arizona.
Arizona.
Erica was once mistaken for Cameron Diaz, which led to an invitation aboard a luxurious yacht. Sadly, she was booted when they realized it wasn't Cameron Diaz.
Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? You knew your bite was poisonous, and now I'm going to die.
Look at this beautiful photo of my husband in front of me, hanging in the stadium. I think of my husband 13 years ago. I hadn't met him yet.
MGM puts the future in the palm of your hand. This is the 23rd century, where sophisticated technology has created an automated world of wonders. A world beyond imagination until now. It is filled with beauty and the vitality of youth. Pleasure is the way of life. But in the 23rd century, life lasts 30 years. Not one day less, not one day more. When the crystal in the palm of your hand flashes its final message, your time is up. But there are a few rebels who run in search of sanctuary. Logan, trained to enforce the law, dares to become a runner himself. He and the girl who loves him become the hunted when they set off on Logan's Run, a fantastic adventure through the 23rd century. The 23rd century will be here sooner than you think. Coming this summer, Logan's Run.
A complete dystopian New World Order scenario that is taking place. Yet again, there's been destruction. Yet again, they talk about depopulation. Yet again, they talk about population control and people are only allowed to live until a certain age. And basically, everyone is being controlled by a technocratic society. Totally a beast system, if you ask me. And again, this is from 1976. And I'm sorry that I didn't have any clips to show at the beginning or any trailers or anything like that. I tried to download something to be able to include with this video, but the footage on YouTube was just too old. I could not download it, so I apologize for not being able to show any actual video footage or trailers from this old movie. But to me, this is really a follow-up video. The Thinning, it was on YouTube Red. Again, complete depopulation, Agenda 21/2030 agenda being shown in that movie where the students had to take a test. And if they didn't pass the test, no matter what grade you were in, you were thinned out or sent to something called The Thinning.
My name is Logan Paul, and I played Blake in The Thinning, premiering this October on YouTube Red.
My name is Peyton List, and I played Lena. The Thinning takes place in a not-so-distant future.
The world is dealing with a big population crisis,
where every country has to go to crazy extreme measures to deal with overpopulation. And in the US, students have to take a test to determine their survival. If you pass, you move on to the next grade. If you don't, well...
Who wants to pray to the devil with me?
You'll just have to see and find out what happens.
My character finds out that the whole system is hiding something bigger.
I've always loved books and movies like The Hunger Games and Divergent, and when I read the script for The Thinning, I was immediately excited about it.
It's cool to play a character that is sort of waking up and making up his own mind, even when it means that he could lose everything.
Lena is a great character.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil and all the dark lords who
Don't do the devil stuff.
gave her this award
Don't do the devil stuff.
and allowed her to feast on the flesh of the innocent.
She's selfless, but she's not a pushover, afraid to bend the rules. And I really liked playing a strong female who's tough and principled and will not back down.
And I'm also a really physical performer, and being able to do my own stunts was awesome. The Thinning is a savage movie. It's got a great cast, a thriller. There are a ton of twists and a ton of action, and I cannot wait for you guys to watch it. You guys are going to love it, so check it out on YouTube Red.
We're in Hollywood, the belly of the beast.
You can't just read the prompter?
I'm reading the prompter in here. You can read that pablum.
Award show banter is not pablum. Reality television celebrates the human condition. By illuminating what's extraordinary in the ordinary person.
It warps the minds of our children and weakens the resolve of our allies.
So again, depopulation agenda, this complete Luciferian lunacy that is being propagated in many of these movies. And just in the promo or the poster of this movie, it says, "Welcome to the 23rd century." So there you got the good old 23 right in your face. You know, we see this 23 all the time. Many of you recall Jim Carrey's movie 23 and how many times we see the 23 or 923 in so many different movies and TV shows. And it's a real Luciferian number, if you ask me. I believe the 2-3 can represent the 6. If you multiply 2 times 3, you get 6. I believe it's a representation of the devil's number or man's number, 666. It also can be a representation of the 5th age, 2 and 3 equal to 5. And basically, this whole dystopian world is all about what they want people to believe, a perfect world of total pleasure. But there's just one catch. This movie takes place in the year 2274. Now again, right there, the fact that it's taking place in 2274, can you see the 11-11-11 right there in that year? Because the 22 obviously is 11-11, and 7-4 also add up to 11. So we've spoken before about the problem reaction solution, 11-11-11, where the elites generate the problem, which causes the reaction in the general public, and of course they bring about their already pre-planned solution. And possibly this movie is showing the whole scenario where their beast system, their technocratic society is in place already. All right, but it says that, and it's 2274, and on the surface it all seems to be an idyllic society, living in a city within an enclosed dome. Now these are things as we go through what this movie is all about. Actually, if I go to Wikipedia, it talks about the same thing. So let's go to Wikipedia and show the plot. And I'm going to follow this this Wikipedia plot summary right here and go through some other articles and pictures from the movie that I'd like to show you. But again, it's the year 2274. The remnants of a human civilization live in a sealed city contained beneath a cluster of geodesic domes, a utopia run by a computer that takes care of all aspects of their life, including reproduction. Okay, so, you know, again, this dome, what does that remind you of? Those of us who are awake to the flat earth, to the true cosmology of our world, this is something that is being shown over and over again. Many of you are aware of a particular TV show that is called Under the Dome. I believe this is a Stephen King novel or series. And again, they show this dome that appears over a certain city, like a dome of energy that keeps the city in it. So again, the flat earth model being shown over and over again. And we even see that right in the poster of Logan's Run. We see this rainbow kind of dome over the city, this technocratic city that they live in, very high class, or sorry, not high class, I should say, but high technologically advanced kind of city. Of course, this was back in the 70s, so they tried to make it look as futuristic as possible. So again, cryptically showing the dome firmament that is above us in the earth, and the same kind of thing that we have shown over and over again in this on this channel. The domed firmament, as God's word says right in Genesis 1:6, that God caused a domed firmament to separate the waters above from the waters below. Okay, so really we are being shown this on a regular basis.
Force field. It's a dome. We're at the edge of the arena.
Leave me. I want to be alone.
They made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface. And you say, wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball, you just don't. That stuff is what? And then I showed examples of wide-angle lenses curving horizontal. I tweeted that. But I don't want to be a small, curmudgeon or anything. I just wanted to put. There's so much to actually be impressed with in the universe. I don't want you to be distracted by things that are not. That's all I'm trying to say.
Because if I stay, I'm trapped. If I leave, I'm alone. Oh, God. In, out, in, out. I never saw Venice.
Ipa! Trapped forever. It's all come true.
That crazy old man in church was right.
Open fire! Who's hurt? Raise your hands. Without the attitude? People, I have an important announcement. I have just perfected an acid-firing super drill, which can cut through anything. It's cool. It's right there, just outside of the dome.
And this is just no surprise that they're showing the same kind of thing. So basically people are living in domed cities, and to me again another reference to the biblical cosmology of the earth, and I will show some or a little bit of that later on. But basically even reproduction is controlled. I believe the babies in the movie are all they're grown, they're not really born anymore like regular human beings. Then it says the citizens leave a hedonistic or basically materialistic, pleasure-filled kind of life. But to maintain the city, everyone must undergo the ritual of carousel, when they reach the age of 30. There, they are vaporized and ostensibly renewed. Okay, so to track this, each person is implanted at birth with a life clock crystal in the palm of their hand that changes color as they get older and begins blinking as they approach their last day. Most residents accept this promise of rebirth, so keep in mind rebirth, keep in mind this life clock crystal, okay? So they're being told that they're going to be renewed, this whole rebirth thing. Most residents accept this promise of rebirth, but to those who do not and attempt to flee the city, they are known as runners, an elite team of policemen known as Sandmen. Now, if you do some research on Sandmen, you'll see some very occultic connotations there, stuff to do with dreams and Lucifer and all that kind of thing. But look up Sandmen. I don't have time to go through that right now, but check out what Sandmen means in your own time. But they're outfitted predominantly in black uniforms and serving in an agency of the city called Deep Sleep, are assigned to pursue and terminate runners as they try to escape. So let's look at some of the stuff that was said right here in this plot. So basically how they live a hedonistic, pleasure-filled life, and they must undergo a ritual of carousel. So as we keep going here, we'll look at this this carousel and this whole thing. Now let's first talk about the crystal. So this crystal is placed in the palm of their hand right from birth. It's very interesting, you know, that these are right in the hand. It totally reminds me, which happens to be right in the right hand, of the mark of the beast that we have seen spoken about in the Bible right from Revelation 13. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and no one could buy or sell except the one who has the mark or the name or the number of the beast.
While you were sleeping, everyone in the city was installed code. It was a brilliant idea by Dr. Cocteau that an organically bioengineered microchip be sewn into the skin. Sensors all over the city can zero in on anyone at any time.
I can't even conceive a visual of what you police officers did before it was developed.
We work for a living. This fascist crap makes me want to puke.
What do you think you're scratching, caveman? You really think we'd let you go without control? Your code was implanted the second you thawed.
We are being shown that constantly in these TV shows and movies, this mark of the beast right in the hand. It's a crystal that that basically changes color as they go through life. When it gets to the red color, it means that they're approaching their last day, which is supposed to be 30. They're not allowed to live past 30, so their last day is when they reach the end of their 30th birthday. Okay, so interestingly enough, that crystal to me in their hand also reminds me of the lotus flower. It's basically in the shape of a flower, and the lotus flower has quite the symbolic meaning with the pagan religion. So from this article here, anybody who has observed a lotus flower emerging from a murky pond cannot fail to see the beauty of this exquisite plant. The flower always looks so clean and pure against the background of the dirty pond. Because of this, the lotus flower has come to be associated with purity and beauty in the religions of Buddhism and Hinduism, respectively. The ancient Egyptian scholars observed that in the nighttime, the lotus closed its flowers and sank into the water, and came up with a different association with the flower related to rebirth and the sun. Okay, so you've got rebirth and the sun. Basically, this is what the lotus flower represents: rebirth, reincarnation, sun god worship. Now, the lotus flower itself obviously is a creation.
That's really good.
Wow, this is the most delicious thing I've ever consumed.
Wow. Guys, why don't we stay here for a while?
That sounds like an amazing idea. But we're on a time-sensitive mission right now. Aren't we? I can't remember. I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
I think I figured it out. I think I know why we're here.
Why are we here?
To have fun.
Okay. Let's never leave. Yeah. Let's stay here.
Oh my God.
It's quite interesting, the fact that it symbolizes reincarnation, rebirth, and they're being told in this cult that basically controls this society that when they go to this ritual of carousel, that they are going to be vaporized and renewed. So they believe they're going to be reincarnated into something else. This is what is being propagated in this movie. Okay, so I find that really, really interesting. And the fact that the lotus flower means rebirth, that is no coincidence there. Here's the carousel ritual. So basically in the movie, you'll see, actually right close to the beginning of the movie, you'll see these people all gather into basically a stadium. And now you're not seeing the rest of the people who are watching this ritual go on, but the ones who are at their last day, they get dressed in these white outfits. They come out of these doorways and they stand around this big crystal. They all hold up their hands and show their flashing crystal in their hand is now red and flashing because it's basically their last day. And then they are literally raised up into the air and vaporized. And so people believe that they're being...
Look at the crowd. Good carousel tonight.
Last day, Capricorn 15s, year of the city, 2274. Carousel begins. Last day, Capricorn 15s, year of the city, 2274. Carousel begins.
And you can even see, right in your face, the black, red, and white New World Order color symbolism right there. Total New World Order stuff, New World Order propaganda going on here. Same as we've spoken many times of the Nazi, same as the Nazi colors, the black, white, and red, which to me comes right from the four horsemen of the apocalypse, right from the book of Revelation. You've got the white horse that appears, which with the bow and the crown, which to me is Nimrod, Antichrist, whatever you want to call him. The next is the red horse of war, and the next is the black horse of scarcity. So black, red, and white, same kind of theme being shown in this movie. All right, so as we keep going, let me just go back to Wikipedia here and see where we can continue on here. Basically, so as the runners try to escape, they're being chased by these Sandmen. So again, don't forget about this lotus flower. Don't forget about what we just spoke about, this carousel. We will come back to this carousel ritual, or what I believe this carousel ritual of renewal really stands for. So we'll come back to that later. But we see basically the two main characters, or the main character, Logan 5 and Francis 7, are both Sandmen. After terminating a runner whose presence they were alerted during a carousel ritual, Logan finds an Ankh among his possessions. So we'll get to that a little later on. Later that evening, he meets Jessica 6. So this is the other main character, Jessica 6, a young woman also wearing an Ankh pendant. Logan takes the Ankh to the computer, which tells him that it is a symbol for a secret group whose members help the runners find sanctuary, a mythical place where they will be safe to live out the rest of their lives. It points out that the Sandmen have lost 1,056 runners that way. Look, you can see almost good old 66 there. The 1 and 5 equals 6, and you got the other 6, so 66. The computer instructs Logan to find sanctuary and destroy it, a mission he has to keep secret from the other Sandmen of Deep Sleep, which code names the mission Assignment 333. So can you see this assignment 033-03? So really you've got the Masonic signature right there, the 33 and also the 3. Now what is also quite fascinating is that this symbolism that we're seeing, really, I'll show you right now, the Masons, the 333 is a big part of Masonry. And so, I believe I've shown this article before, but this 333 is quite fascinating because it says, for example, in this article it says, when Adolf Hitler planned his suicide, he decided to shoot himself on April 30th, 1945 at precisely 3:30 p.m., thus setting up a 333, by which the deed was done. Now, I'm not really sure. Some people believe that he was still alive after that. I believe this was possibly the farce to make people believe he was dead, but whatever the case is, the fact that it was planned in this way for the 333 is no surprise. We know that Adolf Hitler was very, very high up in the Illuminati, in the occult. So he believed that this 333 would allow him to pass quickly through reincarnation, so through the reincarnation cycle, so he could come back to Earth as the real historic Antichrist.
Volkswagen.
So you can see with this 333 points to the 666. So even down here it says, now you can understand how important it was to Adolf Hitler to arrange the timing of his death to form a 333. He wanted to attain the number of death, resurrection, and ascension so that he might come back more quickly in the reincarnation cycle to this time to be the real Antichrist. Okay, so that's what I believe this 333, completely stands for. And we're being shown this like in our faces here, right in this movie. This whole 333, they're calling this assignment 33, or basically 033-03, same kind of thing. So it then, by a procedure calls it retrogram, changes the color of Logan 5's life clock to a flashing red, making him technically and suddenly 4 years old. So in order to escape Carousel, Logan is now forced to become a runner. So even just talking about this whole Carousel thing, I really want to show you something else here from a website called jaysanalysis.com, and it talks about a little bit more about this movie, Logan's Run, our technocratic dystopia unveiled. And it says down here that the setting for Logan's Run is a technocratic utopian society situated in a self-contained biosphere dome based around a death cult that participates in a monthly ritual. So this happens every month, which is the Carousel, where all citizens are killed in a renewal ceremony reminiscent of Katy Perry's Super Bowl halftime show, so it makes reference to that. Convinced that renewal results in reincarnation, the youth are color-coded to determine their caste, with those reaching 30 considered aged and primed for sacrifice. So there you have it. They talk about this Carousel ritual. Basically, they are killed off, and this is exactly what Logan and Jessica 6 are trying to escape, and even what the runners are trying to escape. And it even talks about how hedonism rules, which is basically all for pleasure, as this pleasure-seeking synthetic society is run by a giant AI smart grid. So artificial intelligence, technocratic society. This is what is being shown in this movie. So, really, this is a lot of New World Order dystopian kind of themes that we're being shown again way back in the 70s. So as we get back to Wikipedia, now Logan is forced to become a runner because now his time clock has been forwarded by the computer. He meets Jessica and explains his situation. They meet with the underground group that leads them to the periphery of the city. Logan finds that the Ankh symbol is actually a key that unlocks an exit from the city. So let's talk about that Ankh just for a minute. If I can go and find what I was, or the article I was going to show you, here it is. For satanic symbols, the Ankh is definitely a satanic symbol, also known as the long life seal. While Christians try to say the Ankh is not a cross, make no mistake about it, the Ankh is indeed another rendering of a cross. Now even up here it says that a cross is pagan. It can be dated back to ancient Babylon and the worship of the sun gods Mithra and Tammuz, which is something that we have spoken about many times before. The fact that the cross was not used by Christians until the 4th century after Emperor Constantine, a pagan sun worshipper, had a vision of the cross in front of the sun. So again, the cross is definitely a pagan symbol. Yeshua died on an upright stake or a tree. He did not, or I believe was not crucified on or died on a cross. I believe that was a re-rendering of the Greek word storos, where they inserted the word kiro instead of what it should be. All right, so anyways, this symbol, the Ankh, originated in Egypt and symbolizes, again, reincarnation.
Approach and identify. Sit facing the screen, Logan 5. Identify. Logan 5. Do you identify this object?
Negative. Question, what is it?
That is the name of the object, Ankh. Do you identify this word, sanctuary?
Negative.
Sanctuary is a pre-catastrophe code word used for a place of immunity.
I don't understand.
The object Ankh has been identified with the code word sanctuary.
There we go, yet again, reincarnation, the 333, the whole Buddhism or the whole renewal thing, rebirth, reincarnation, same kind of thing. All right, so Egyptians were pagans and worshipped many gods like the sun god Amun-Ra and pagan sun trinity Osiris, Isis, and Horus. The Ankh and the common cross, which were both used equally in ancient pagan sun worship. Okay, so you can see that the Ankh again has to do with reincarnation. It is a pagan cross symbol, similar to the other pagan cross, the sign of the sun god, but the Ankh is also stands for reincarnation and basically pagan nonsense.
President Trump, who attended Fordham, a Jesuit university, came face to face today with the first Jesuit pope. The rest is history, witnessed by Major Garrett.
President Trump spent 30 minutes with Pope Francis at the Vatican and introduced him to First Lady Melania and daughter Ivanka. On Twitter, the president called it an honor of a lifetime that renewed his commitment to peace. They also exchanged gifts. Mr. Trump gave the Pope a sculpture and a set of books by Martin Luther King Jr. His Holiness gave the president a signed copy of his 2015 encyclical on protecting the environment.
Because the elites think they can cheat death, they think they want people to believe that we can live forever, but that is just not the case, and we will talk about that later on. So Logan gets taken to this underground group. They use that Ankh to get in there. All right, and so Logan finds the Ankh symbol is actually a key that unlocks an exit from the city. They come out into a frozen cave with Francis following. So this is the other guy, his partner, former partner, following closely behind. In the cave, they meet Box, a robot designed to capture food for the city from outside. Logan discovers to his horror that Box also captures escaped runners and freezes them. Before Box can freeze Logan and Jessica, they escape, causing the cave to collapse on the robot. Okay, so let's talk about that now as we go to this whole, what they saw inside. Sorry, I'm going a little backwards here, showing something. So basically, this is a scene inside this, basically they're on the outskirts now of this dome city. They're about to get out past the city, past the dome. And what I find quite fascinating is they go into this place that is basically full of ice all over the place. This is the robot Box that catches food for the city from outside the wall, from outside the dome. And he also is supposed to kill or freeze any runners who try to escape. But this is what I find fascinating, is that we are constantly being shown the true cosmology of our world in very, very cryptic ways. And yet again, I believe we're being shown the flat earth biblical cosmology. If you look at many flat earth maps, you'll see the ice wall. What's actually surrounding the earth, the flat earth circle, is the ice wall. Antarctica, in my opinion, is truly an ice wall. It is not what is being shown on the globe. It is the wall that surrounds the flat earth model. And so what I find fascinating is they're showing yet again, as they get to the edge, once they pass this ice, this snow and ice and this freezing cold area, they are outside. They are outside the dome now. So I believe they're cryptically showing us again the flat earth model. They come to this place of ice, and after they pass the place of ice, they are outside the dome.
Personally, I think the unconquered south face is the only one worth scaling. It's a 20,000-foot sheer wall of ice, but that's never stopped me before.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
This this is basically a picture of the city from the movie. And again, it is enclosed in a dome, just like God's word says that he has put a firmament in the skies. Even Job talks about how the skies are a cast metal mirror, so nothing can penetrate it. All right, so it is a solid structure that God, Abba Yahweh, has made himself. So I really believe we are being shown the flat earth model yet again in these movies. All right, and I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to believe anything that I say. I would just encourage you to research these things for yourself. Now, as we keep going, once outside, Logan and Jessica notice their life clocks are no longer operational. They discover the remains of human civilization have become a wilderness. Okay, again, more predictive programming. Check it out what it says. They explore an old, seemingly abandoned city, which was once Washington, D.C. In the ruins of the United States Senate chamber, they discover an elderly man. His appearance is a shock to them since neither has seen anyone over the age of 30, because again, they can only live to the age of 30. Once they get to the end of 30, they are basically deemed as their last day, and they have to undergo the carousel ritual, or the renewal / rebirth reincarnation ritual, where actually they're just being killed and vaporized. So anyways, the old man explains what he remembers of what happened to humanity outside the city, and Logan realizes that sanctuary is a myth and has been all along. However, Francis has followed them and he and Logan fight. Logan fatally wounds Francis and he dies. He sees that Logan's life clock is now clear and assumes that Logan has renewed. Logan and Jessica persuade the old man to return to the city with them as proof that life exists outside the dome city. Leaving the man outside, the two enter and try to convince everyone that Carousel is a lie and unnecessary. The two are captured by other salmon and taken to the computer. The computer interrogates Logan about assignment 033-03 and asks if he completed his mission, but Logan insists there is no sanctuary. What he had found was old ruins exposed, an old man, and that the missing runners were all frozen. These answers are not accepted by the computer, even after scanning Logan's mind, and the computer overloads, causing the city system to fail violently and releases the exterior seals. Logan, Jessica, and the other citizens flee the ruined city. Once outside, the citizens see the old man, the first human they have met who is older than 30, proving that they can indeed live their lives much longer. So really it's showing complete programming, that the people living inside these dome cities are programmed, they are fooled, they are being brainwashed by the elites, by this carousel death cult. They believe, or being led to believe, that they can only live up until 30 and then they have to be renewed. Basically, they're just being killed off. It's all about population control, the same kind of thing over and over again, war and a major cataclysm that has caused them to do population control and all this kind of stuff. So really the same kind of thing being shown over and over again. So let me just show you some more things that I noticed in this movie. So as we're going through there, we spoke about as they come out of the dome, after they come out of the ice, basically, to me, cryptically Antarctica, we see scenes of Washington, D.C. We see the Capitol dome totally overrun by weeds and trees and basically nature. We see even where the Lincoln Memorial is also overrun by weeds and overgrown everywhere. So really, this is showing a complete scenario for what is possibly coming, that one day Washington, D.C. will be no more. This is cryptically, or really in our faces, predictive programming for what the elites have for the future, that they're going to destroy this world, and it's going to be very, very different. We even see Logan and Jessica wading through that pond that is in front of the obelisk, and so it is just hardly anything there. It's all like literally bulrushes and a swamp, and so that's really what's there. And so again, total predictive programming for what is coming. Here's actually that scene. It's not really a big picture, but here where it used to be like this, now it looks like this. Okay, so you got bulrushes and weeds all over the place. Of course, they just have to show the good old obelisk in your face there, totally showing the beast and Nimrod society. But you got Logan and Jessica wading through this swamp that is now in front of the Washington Monument when it used to look like this. Okay, so really major predictive programming going on for what is coming, totally showing the New World Order going to destroy the old world so that they can bring in the new world.
Ready? Lord above, we beseech you, hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their enemies. Hear our prayer.
And we spoke about the Lincoln Memorial. We see them even looking at Abraham Lincoln, all covered with weeds. And even Logan makes a comment as to what this must be what an old man looks like, because they've never seen an old man. They're wondering, why he looks like that. Even Jessica asks, why, where is all the people? Because they see everything destroyed, literally all the other buildings and homes. They see everything that is outside of their domed city all destroyed. The same kind of thing that we have seen in so many different movies like Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner, how much people are enclosed in a wall. We even talked about that in the video on the show Colony. Everything outside the wall is destroyed. So they are showing us that they're going to destroy the world as we know it, so that they can bring in the new world, or age number 5. That is what we're being shown like crazy. And then later on, they finally meet this old man outside, living in basically one of the Senate buildings of what was the former Washington, D.C. buildings, and they are fascinated with his gray hair. They are fascinated with his wrinkles. I believe even Jessica reaches out and wants to touch his wrinkles, and as she thought they were cracks in his skin, and they were all fascinated that people could live this long. They had no idea that this was even possible.
From great suffering came a solution: communities.
Injected.
Serene, beautiful places where disorder became harmony.
Do you know how to fly those?
Absolutely.
Do you get to fly to the edge?
Oh, yeah.
What's past there?
Don't know. We're not allowed to fly past that.
Let's go.
It's against the rules, Jonas.
They're called books.
Hello? My name...
I know who you are.
Who are you?
The giver. When the elders need guidance, I provide wisdom using memories of the past. Our world was different. There was more.
More?
Much more.
Right.
You'll see them all in time, all colors, all differences. Our people chose to do away with emotions. Those morning injections take them away.
When people have the freedom to choose, they choose wrong.
Tomorrow morning, skip your injection. I've been doing it for months. What do you feel?
He's not usually like this.
I'm surprised you're not more worried about him. I would be. Bring up Jonas's activity.
He's inquisitive.
You should know better than anyone.
The way things look and the way things are very different. Watch.
That's my father.
There is no way for me to prepare you for the truth.
He killed him.
The young and the old are killed.
For the good of all of us.
There are things you don't know.
You're scaring me.
Go back to your family unit. It isn't my family, and neither is yours.
Jonas has become dangerous.
I know that there's something more. Something that has been stolen.
Comfortable?
Jonas,
There has to be a way to show them.
you can stop this. You can change things.
I want you to find him. And then I want you to lose him.
You know, talking about this reincarnation, I believe that this whole carousel ritual is nothing but the Buddhism wheel of life. This is something similar in New Age teaching and Hinduism, but really this represents the samsaric cycle of existence. And we can see that the Wheel of Life is a traditional representation of the life cycle, basically. And in this diagram, designed by Buddha himself, they claim, depicts an inner psychological cosmology that has had great influence throughout Asia. It is much like a map of the world or the periodic table of elements, but it is a map of an internal process and its external effects. Okay, so they say basically this is you can see how it basically looks like a carousel. You know, they call this the cycle of life, or this wheel of life. And you know what is also quite interesting, and it says that, you know, down below here it says that sorry, I think I missed it here. Basically, it says the monster talks about the monster that holds the wheel. It says the wheel in the center of the painting is in the grasp of a frightful monster. This signifies that the entire process of cyclic existence is caught within transience. Everything in our type of life is characterized by impermanence. Whatever is built will fall down. Whatever and whoever come together will fall apart. But really, that's just utter nonsense to show that even this Dalai Lama says the fierce being holding the wheel symbolizes impermanence, which is why the being is a wrathful monster. Okay, so really, to me, this is nothing more than the devil. Okay, the devil wants to show himself in these pagan religions as he's the one that is in control. He doesn't want to show people that he has been defeated. Yeshua, Jesus has defeated him when he died for us, but the devil wants to still act as if he is in control of this world. You can see the third eye on this guy, the three eyes. You can even see these 5 skull faces above him, to me again denoting the 5th age that is coming. But really, this is the devil who wants to fool people into believing that the dragon, the serpent, that Satan is in control. But this is just a deception. And to me, this is all pointing to Daniel 7, as we've spoken about many times, that the 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it in pieces. This, to me, right there, showing the New World Order, the beast system that is coming, the final kingdom on earth shall devour all the other kingdoms and trample it, break it in pieces, and basically crush society and do what it's going to do. But really, nobody is going to have new life. Nobody's going to be rebirthed or reincarnated, because that is all a lie. Scripture is clear. Hebrews 9 from verse 27 says, and it has been appointed for man to die once, and after that the judgment. So Christ was offered once to bear the sins of many. To those who eagerly wait for him, he will appear a second time apart from sin for salvation. Okay, so really we can see that this rebirth is just, and reincarnation and renewal is all just a lie. The real new birth comes by faith in Yeshua Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. Even John 3 clearly talks about when Yeshua was speaking to Nicodemus, he said to him, most assuredly I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. So we are only born again when we give our lives to Yeshua, when we put our faith in him, when we believe on his name, that he is the one that has died for us, he has shed his blood, he has become the perfect sacrifice for our sin. That is the only way for us to be renewed. Okay, all of this New World Order, technocratic society, being renewed, having reincarnation, coming back as something else, the rebirth, this is all pagan nonsense. This has nothing to do with the real truth.
¿Quieres hacer del mundo un lugar mejor?
That's real funny. I have a job. Es chistoso. Por favor, niños. Come on. You think I got money? Do I look like I have money? Come on, por eso trabajo, chamaco. How about you? You got a little money? Come on. What do you got in there? What do you got? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, it's $5. Hey, wait a minute. I got $5. I'm rich. Finalmente puedo comprar mi boleto de Elysium, huh? All right.
Please form an orderly queue. Your bus has arrived. Check. Move on. Your bags may be secured para seguridad. Revisaremos su equipaje antes de abordar.
Morning, officer.
Extensive criminal history. Multiple felonies. What's in the bag?
Hair products, mostly. Hey, I'm just going to work, man. There's nothing. Come on, that's my...
Misdemeanor citizen disobedience.
Just going to work, man. Come on.
Check.
Nothing in there, is it?
Zero tolerance policy applies to all citizens.
Oh, shit.
You must report immediately to your parole officer. Thank you, citizen.
No, thank you.
We're gathering together because there's more power. You know, this has been almost like programming that's been put into humanity's mind for a long time. Now it's more of a manifestation of this. This is just so far off the scale where this world is heading. The amount of time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.